In this video, we will be setting up our database in order to complete the JSP servlet CRUD operation. So we'll be creating a schema and we'll be adding a table in this video. So we'll be using SQL Workbench for the database, for MySQL database. And once you launch the SQL Workbench, you will have this page. Yes. Now we have to first go ahead and create a schema. So on the top left, you can see we have a schema. So we can press on this and we can create a new schema. So I'll say my new schema name is CRUD and I'll say apply. So we get the default schema code. So I'll press OK. So you see it is being executed. Then I'll close. Then I can close this window. So you can see now I have my CRUD schema available here. Now there will be multiple schemas if you're working. Yes. So what if I have to do is I have to use this as my default schema. So for that I'll write the command use, then I'll write CRUD and I will press on execute. So at this point it executes. So now you can see now this CRUD is being bold, right? So this schema is now used as a default. So if I forget to give select star from schema dot table name, that is the syntax. So if I don't give the schema name, it will come and it will search from this CRUD, this schema, because this is selected as your default. Now I have to go ahead and create a table. So to create a table, you can see the next button after schema, you have create table. So I can click on that create table and I can write a table name. So I'll say table name as user, right? And then I'll give column. So first column, I'll double click on this and I'll say ID. Then I'll double click below and I'll say name. Then I'll double click below and I'll say email. And I'll double click and I'll say city. So now first ID, it is my primary key and not null, and also I'll give it as auto increment. That is, I won't be giving it, it will be system generated and automatically incremented. The next all others I'll say not null. That is, you have to give value, it cannot be null. Now once I've created the schema, I can go below and I can press on apply button. So if I press on apply, so you see it generates the SQL code and I'll say apply. So SQL statement successfully done. So now I can press on close and I can close this. And now if I hover over this table and expand this, so I see I have users table. And if I expand this, you can see all the columns. So in this users table, I want to see the data. So if I have to see the data, I have to hover toward this and at the last I get this table icon. So I have to click on this. So if I click on this, you see the syntax, it comes here, select star from schema dot table name. So right now we have no values displayed here, that is why it is null. So in next videos we will be writing CRUD operation for inserting and retrieving data from this table.